Hi, this is Clara. This is my week 7 discussion on taking a moment to reflect on my typical week in the classroom. So, um, my week in the classroom is probably different than many of yours because, or maybe it could be similar if you are like a sub, because I am continuously roving through about 6 different classrooms per day. And it changes like every other day. For me, the data just comes from, quick snapshots. So things like show what you know, or just me walking around the classroom monitoring the students, because I'm not actually collecting the data for the classroom. I'm more collecting it as a whole. So how do I use that data? So for example, with the kindergartners, I'm kind of using that data to work on their high frequency words. So we play like a high frequency word game. I display all the words for them because I feel like it's more important for them to identify the words rather than for them to memorize the whole word as a whole. So I just tell them, like the words are there. If they're able to, find the word, then they're able to spell it on their board. And so basically, I have them write the word. I have them show me, and I kind of just, keep mental like notes in my head, like, oh, that student needs more, practice with this certain word, or if most of them are getting it, I probably won't use it the next time around when we play that same game. Also, I do that as well with we do math games as well. So things like, you know, the T numbers. Right now we're working on that. So I would keep mental notes like, oh, the student can recognize their tens, like they're good, or their T numbers, or these students need more when it reaches, maybe to like 16, 17, 18. So those kind of data I kind of collect within myself, and I would like jot like a little bit of a note in my notepad, not my notepad, but my little notebook when I'm done with that classroom. So I don't really look at student work samples because like I said, I'm roving through many different classrooms, but let's say like I do get curious about, oh, how come like, we've been practicing this certain skill and these students are not still able to retain the information or to produce something that that is partial like to what we're learning. I would say, like ask the teacher, oh, can I see like their work sample? And the teachers usually collect all their work samples, and then I'll just, if I have any questions or concern, I usually go to the teacher and we would discuss further about that such student, or maybe, like a way I could teach the topic a little bit better, because it just depends. Like I'm always constantly co-teaching with the teachers, and I love it. It's so much fun because I'm learning so much from them, and they're giving me so much, different points of views and different types of like skills that I can use in my own classroom, in the future. And I love it because, like I said, like I see how the teachers collect their data, and I'm able, for whatever reason, if I ask any teacher, like, oh, can I see the students, like, scores, or see how the student's doing on anything, they would be able to show me. And it's really interesting how some teachers, how they file their data in a certain way, or they keep them like, I don't know, like maybe in wordlet, and not in word list, but like in list, or some of them just have like actual files full of data for just one child. So it's very interesting to see how different teachers approach collecting data. And so, how does my own personal collection of data compare with standardized data on my students? Well, like I said, I don't really collect the data myself, and the teachers do that. So I feel like mine is more informal rather than formal, because the teachers actually do collect all of their data, on you know, um, spreadsheets that are created for by our school. So the principal actually does collect that kind of data. So that's like my typical week in the classroom, and how I gather the data and collect it, and kind of um, arrange the way that I'm going to teach based on what I observe in the classroom. So most of it, yes, is observation, and I collect that. Nothing's really formative. It's kind of a little bit, of like, I mean, not summative. Most of it is formative, and it's, just making sure that I am able to make sure that everybody is getting the gist of what we're trying to learn for that week, and hopefully, they can, they're able to use those type of skills when we practice it. And if not, then you know what? More practice, more practice, more practice. So that's my week 7 discussion on my reflection on data collection in my classroom. I hope you enjoy, and sorry if I'm a little chatty. I'm just excited because, yep, we're getting back to school. All right. Well, I hope you have a great evening.